Dire team ban.
All right, hello and welcome back, everyone, to Game 2 in a best of 3 between Rare Candy and
Radiant
Army
team
Ants
ban.
United. This is CEVO Season 3 placement
Dire team
matches,
ban.
trying to see what teams will get into the main division for Season 3. I'm Helium, and with me is Orbit.
Yep, great game one. Definitely recommend that. Really nice comeback by the winning team. So check out the VODs if you actually missed that. But we're in game two, as we mentioned, and Bat and Naga banned, as well as the OD and IO.
Alright, so not really too surprised by the Bat, the Wisp, or the Naga, or really the ODs. I'd say pretty standard bans for the current metagame right now. They had the Wisp and lost with it. That was Army Ants United. They don't want to play it again in this game, and they had the OD as well. So they take out two heroes they did have last game. They pick up the Visage first, and Rare Candy now. Let's see what they do against that. Maybe they won't.
There's a potent dual combo still available.
Darkseer.
I was thinking more along the lines of Abaddon Weaver. I was going to say the two biggest heroes still left in the pool would be the Visage, which was picked up instantly, so that's really nice by Hypnotoading there, as well as the Abaddon. Abaddon just really dumb in the current meta, in my opinion at least. But we'll see what Rare Candy decides to do. They could pick up Alk as well as DS. The thing about that is it, one, shows your lanes. It kind of becomes very obvious that you're running a safe try with the Alk, and if the other team has a Visage, they can easily aggro try against you, and then have a solo safe that does really well against a DS. Maybe like an anti-mage or something.
Or Nyx, still available. He doesn't do
or
bad
Nyx or
against that
Bear.
either, but they go with the Nyx, so still a pretty good hero. He's definitely not what he was when he was definitely first pick, first ban material. Right along there with Bat. Definitely gets let through a lot more, although still very good. Hits fast level 6. Buys a lot of space. He's a space creator. And they go with Nyx Rubik, so they're not taking your recommendations, leaving a lot
this is
of
surprising.
good heroes right now.
Yeah, Rubik is a really early pick here. And even the Nyx. Nyx is not as much because it's still a very high value pick, especially in a 3v3 lane against Visage. One mana burn makes it really difficult for Visage to do anything, really, because of the high mana cost around his soul assumption. But both of these heroes, I mean, these supports have the issue in the fact that they don't have very much damage in the early game. Which means that in potential 3v3 lanes, it could be difficult. That's an early pick. That's an interesting pick.
It's KZZ drafting here for Army Ants United. Picking up
Apparently, Mason was
that
last draft.
Earthshaker. Yeah, he was, for sure. Although he did lose. Uncharacteristic. If anyone wondering what we're talking about, we've been casting a lot of NEL, the NA Dota 2 Elite League. If you've been watching that on ticketed games, you've probably seen us. We get to it pretty late, around midnight to like 3 a.m. usually, Eastern time.
5 seconds remaining.
But we have an Earthshaker pickup. It is on the Dire, so they could potentially Ancient with that Earthshaker using the Fisher.
It's on the Radiant this time, I think. Oh, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
They chose Dire again. Okay. That's big then. Yeah, they could do that trick.
But
That's
still,
pretty
pretty
gimmicky.
early pick. I mean, no one is really going to ban that or pick it up. But they ban out the Weaver. They don't want to play it. And I think that's good. The first time I cast Army Ants United, they were really, really valuing that Weaver pick higher than I think they should have, and sort of playing it wrong as their only really carry. And I was maybe a little hard on them, but maybe they watched those VODs and not doing it so much anymore.
Yeah, they had a good game one. They definitely shouldn't be disappointed much with that loss. They played a really good game. But yeah, the Weaver ban is nice because, I mean, that they ran that exact same tri lane in the last game, the Rubik Nyx Weaver. So maybe just trying to look to shape things up a bit differently. But Alk still in the pool could be pretty big, and should be interesting to see if either team picks it up.
Yeah, Alk and Darkseer. I think that's my one role and offlaner like combination I would want every game if I could get it, and it's still available here. Looks like they are taking out carries, however. There goes Alchemist. They take out the Weaver, the Nyx on the side of Army Ants United, and the Gyrocopter and Alchemist going to be taken out by Rare Candy. And Rare Candy, they scoop up that Nature's Prophet.
Yep, I was going to say the two tier 1 offlaners, notably the Nature's Prophet and the Darkseer, both very good at very different things, were still available, and Rare Candy opting for a maybe more pick-off oriented / split pushing offlane in the Nature's Prophet. There goes the anti-mage. That's definitely going to be a safe try now, I feel, and it's really hard to contest that.
The hero makes... Have you seen the anti-mage prank phone call video?
Yeah, I have.
That's so funny. Anti-mage. Anyways, Yeah, could be a good hero. Could maybe out split push Nature's Prophet, the split pusher. But we'll see. Anti-Mage going to have to probably farm up for around 20 minutes. Maybe hit into the 5-manning around that time. Hopefully they can protect him well. They do have an Earthshaker and a Visage, so a lot of magic damage to protect the Anti-Mage early. But 2 melees will be in that defensive tri-lane, so we'll see what they get done. As now Rare Candy going on to their 4th pick. They definitely need another core to go with this Nyx as well as the Rubik. Nature's Prophet, likely to offlane if he has trouble there. Can just retreat to the jungle. We see a mid occasionally. I think it's kind of very dependent on the game when you're going to put Nature's Prophet mid, though.
Yep. A tricky thing about being 2nd pick is the fact that you pick first, which means that the other team is able to solo lane picks, which means that it's very hard to pick a mid role until the very end, in which case the other team could just wait for their mid hero as well and try to counter yours. We'll see if they do decide to pick the mid up or not, or a carry. In my opinion, probably better to run a carry right now, and they agree with me running a Spectre. And a really sweet combo, Spectre along with Nature's Prophet. When you use your Haunt, every hero becomes visible on the map, which means that the Nature's Prophet ultimate is going to hit all the heroes, assuming it has enough bounces. Pretty sweet in fights.
Maybe it's an Ags
nice
game
combo
here for Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, potentially. And it's a really nice global. They have the Nyx ganking from Invis, and then they have 2 heroes that can appear instantly, both of them being cores.
Zeus.
You know, that's a good pick against Puck.
It is good.
And I think that would be a really strong pick if they were to do it.
Can you
we'll see if
message
they
them
do,
and tell
though.
them? Which team do you even know again? I forget.
I'm not going to message anyone. I just want to see the draft anyway. But I know some people on Rare Candy.
Okay, so it was Rare Candy.
Yeah.
Alright, well, here are the bans. Let's see if Hypnotating decides to take it out. I mean, maybe a bit of a cheesy pick, but the global strat is actually pretty strong. Zeus, a good laner against Puck, as we mentioned. The burst damage from the Lightning Bolt can really make Puck life's pretty miserable there in the mid lane. He's very squishy. Rare Candy takes out the Bounty Hunter, though, so looking to secure their Nature's Prophet a little bit. And I would recommend Spirit Breaker or Bounty Hunter against Nature's Prophet any day of the week, pretty much. Is there room on Hypnototing's lineup right now for a Spirit Breaker, do you think? Yes, I say.
5 seconds remaining.
It's tricky because it requires you to run it as an offlaner, I guess.
No, Earthshaker.
But yeah,
Earthshaker does the Ancients, and Spirit Breaker
Yeah.
supports.
yeah, you could do that. It's gimmicky
Strange,
and weird,
yeah.
and I don't think I've ever seen a different team run that Earthshaker Ancient thing, except for me and like one other team. I think EG tried to run it once, but they
Copied
failed it.
you, right?
Actually, maybe, because I am friends with Beatus.
Alright.
Anyways, Invoker pick being the last one. You know, works just as well as Zeus, I guess.
It's not quite as cool,
with
but
Sunstrike.
Sunstrike.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it'll work. I like Invoker a lot, but
5 seconds
especially
remaining.
against Puck, actually, it does pretty well against it.
Yeah.
But the problem is it's easy to gank.
Reserve time.
Like, if Earthshaker and Visage rotate mid, that's a dead Invoker, 100%. Assuming the Fissure hits properly.
Unless he goes Quas Wex, I mean, that's fallen out of favor since he took the last hit damage nerf. And would probably have a hard time against Puck if he doesn't get Exhort. But if you do have a point in Wex early, Ghostwalk is available. Maybe just a little harder to gank. We'll see if he decides to do it. Probably just going to stick with Quas and Exhort.
Lots of options available, I would say, because they do have the Spectre and Nature's Prophet kind of core carry power. So Invoker has like a lot of flexibility and can, in my opinion, do like whatever he wants here. And as long as he like executes the role he's trying to do, then it should be pretty good. I think Invoker's a really underrated pick, though, if you can protect it in the mid lane for the first like 10 minutes of the game.
I mean, yeah, he does provide a lot, especially if he has free farm, picks up an early Midas, gets those levels. And levels on Invoker are basically his damage, because any extra points in Exhort, Quas, or Wex make his abilities that much stronger. And, of course, his health regen, move speed, and attack damage go up as well off of every level. So, if you're wondering why Invoker gets Midas, generally just for the levels. And
yeah, it would delay his impact, and in this game it could be tricky. That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't expect it this game, actually, but...
I'd like to see, like, Phase 4-staff Ags directly, or something, or, like, Sheep.
10 seconds.
I think that'd be pretty good. He needs to have some utility
5 seconds
items,
remaining.
maybe even a Yules, just to deal with the AM, if the AM decides to focus him. Windrunner going to be the last pick, though. I guess the same player is going to be playing that. 74 actually looks like he's going to take the Visage, but we'll get into the teams after everyone has picked for this game too.
But yeah, Windrunner yet again going to be played by Alan. So it looks like Army Ants United does value that hero pretty highly. It's definitely a fun offlaner, but I think the reason she's kind of stepped out of that role is there are heroes that can beat her 1v1, and people are getting pretty good at shutting down Darkseer Surge as well as the Windrunner Windrun in that offlane 1 versus 3.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the thing about Darkseer is that he's very tanky as well, and even if you like have a Rubik and you're gonna lift after Surge, there's still a little bit of time when he's hasted. Whereas with Windrunner, it becomes a lot trickier, I think, because not only does your Windrun not last that long, and you don't want to get more than 1 level in it early, because Power Shot and Shackle Shot are so good that just like 1 lift will stop the Windrun, and then you're just gonna die because you're squishy.
Yeah, definitely a little more fragile. Checking out her base armor, it's 1. Compare that to another intelligence hero, Darkseer. His is at 5, which is pretty high. Makes him a little more resilient in the offlaner, and also generally picks up a stout shield too. So either way, maybe a little off topic, but kind of why Windrunner's fallen out of favor, while Darkseer, although sort of with the same escapability, has stayed as an offlaner, and he can jungle, so it helps him out there.
Yeah, exactly. That's a big thing. If they really are looking to shut you down with the supports, Darkseer just goes into the jungle, gets a fast soul ring, maybe 4 minutes in, level 4 as well, and just comes right back and just keeps the wave pushed so that they don't take the tower. But Windrunner can't really jungle at all. You can, but like it's more just kiting things, and it's slow.
I'm typing. People can probably hear it. I like them. They just make everything look so much more professional. Apparently liking to pause the game here, so we'll hold off on introducing the teams, I guess. Interesting lineup. I'm not really sure how much this Earthshaker will be able to get done. I suppose blocking the heroes for Hypnotoading to just unleash in the lane could potentially be pretty nice, but it's just going to be a Nature's Prophet up there. I think 1 versus 3. Pull a couple waves and then maybe just head into the jungle. As Spectre,
I think so, yeah.
Spectre into the late game, probably with equal farm, could probably take out the Anti-Mage, I think, depending on items. I don't know. Maybe a close one. Dispersion is pretty good, though.
I think so. Spectre actually starting Quelling Blade, which makes me kind of sad. They have to expect a potential aggro try here, so I really dislike this. And it looks like they are aggro trying as well. So Spectre going to take a lot of damage from harassment. A big mistake. Like, if you're going to go Quelling Blade, like, you're going to go it because you're expecting a 3v1. But if that's the case, just get a Stout Shield, and then your first item can be a Quelling Blade from the side shop if you want to. You know, it's just like a needless risk. Because now it's really hard, if they keep the aggro try, to be able to go to the side shop, as well as just farm up. Without taking loads of harass from the Windrunner as well as the Visage range heroes.
I think one reason he's going for it, you generally want it on Spectre since you retreat through trees and get stuck. But like you said, you're obviously suggesting the solution. Buy the Stout Shield first and then pick up the Quelling Blade if you think you're going to need it. But let's introduce the teams. For the Radiant, we've got Rare Candy's Ice, who we've questioned a little bit here, but he will be playing the Spectre, going to be backed up by Pillow Pants once again on the Rubik, and Super here on the Nyx. I've seen him play that hero in just about every game, I believe, I've cast of their team, this being the 4th, I want to say. And let's see, into the mid lane, we've got Invoker. That's going to be played by Jester, so no, he was mid, actually, on the Clockwork. So
yeah, he missed his block, actually.
On the Invoker. Does let one through. Yeah, well, it'll still get focused on pretty quickly. Maybe push the lane back in him a little bit. Generally, want to want the ranged in front there. But last but not least, we've got Fiery. Gonna say, I'm not gonna go into that lane, which may be a mistake because it is just 1 versus 1. He runs top now.
Fissure comes off doing a little bit of damage to the Nyx. Earthshaker just in no man's land right now. What is he doing? Looks like they are actually going to try to focus on the Rubik. Rubik taking one more hit away, sitting about 20 health at the end of that. Nice play at the beginning for the Dire, keeping things aggressive. And yeah, I'll just quickly go through the Dire lineup. We have 74 on the Visage. Alan Pleasure playing the Windrunner, same hero as he played last time, and Rule playing the Earthshaker, and that rounds up the aggro try for the Dire. Meanwhile, we have Mike Lau playing the Puck mid, did not get a pool, but starts a null. And finally, Hypnotoading, getting pooled, I believe. Getting pooled twice, I should say. He is playing the anti-mage and has a free lane while Nature's Prophet comes up. And I was gonna say, Jester tried to do the block with the, I guess the Arteezy block it's called now, but with his hero being so low move speed, he doesn't get back in time to be able to start blocking the creep wave,
Standing at
which
the
is
left
just like
side of
a
the tower, you mean?
yeah, yeah,
So the
which is
creep can split.
something that you learn if you like tried this with Invoker a lot because of the low move speed. It's pretty important.
Gotta start Wax first to get that done, but probably not a good idea.
You have to like start moving instantly, basically at the creep start. He waited like a little bit of time just to make sure that the block worked, and then that kind of let the creep go in front.
Alright, in this defensive tri-lane for Rare Candy, we've got the Rubik as well as the Nyx, both trying to get these pulls off and still get up some XP to sort of exploit the fact that they're here in the defensive lane. This leaves Ice, however, with Quelling Blade first, going to be able to last it under the tower a little better, but taking a lot of harass from creeps as well as the aggroing tri-lane from Army Ants United.
Yep, kind of what we would expect. Because of this, he has to use his salve pretty early. He's sitting at no mana as well. And he's going to keep taking a lot of damage. He only has one set of tangos left.
Radiant's bottom
And his
tower
supports have very little as well. Actually, Nyx has quite a bit, but the Rubik pooling, of course, has a lot less.
Yeah,
Or
Rubik.
did he pool, actually? Did he? No, he didn't. The Rubik actually just got a lot of wards.
Well, those are important as well. Vision always key to tri-lane versus tri-lane. I guess maybe not so much anymore
Definitely.
since you can only get one set of wards off the start. You used to be able to grab two. That's the change I actually dislike the most, but hold that thought as 74 gets picked up after an impale thrown back into this. Looks like this could be the first blood. 74 getting really low. Power shot from Allen, doing some damage, but Pillow Pants is going to pick that up, and it's not often you see 3 heroes versus 3 heroes in a tri-lane just squaring off in the jungle. No one even worried about the creeps right now.
That was a little bit of a misplay, I think. I feel like they could have done... If he just turned around and Soul Assumption the Spectre, they probably would have been able to get the kill there. But running away doesn't really do any right clicks either, and unfortunately pays the price. Gets first blooded, and it's 1-0 in favor of Rare Candy.
I'm a little curious why Anti-Mage just took 3 tower hits on the top lane. I thought maybe he was trying to dive Fiery, but Fiery is extremely healthy. 8 and 3 in this lane, Anti-Mage at 10 and 1, and Nature's Prophet holding his own against the solo Anti-Mage, not having any problems. I thought maybe he would just because of the mana burn. If you max it, I feel like that would really, really hurt Nature's Prophet.
He should have. That's really questionable. Anti-Mage started with Tangos and a Salve, being forced to use both, I guess, and sitting really low in health with no money, so he can't even bring himself a Salve. This is basically a one lane for Fiery.
Again, the player I would say to watch here, maybe even Jester as well. The 2 players I've noticed the most, but I guess it's a team game, everyone doing well for them. But Fiery seems to be the specialist here in this 1v1 off lane, safe lane situation.
Yep. Pretty aggressive here from Fiery, trying to get pot shots in while Anti-Mage farming in the top lane, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to get a kill. He's actually maxing Teleport. That's pretty interesting. Normally not what you would see.
Yeah, you would definitely expect the trees still, even though you're not jungling, the trees are very great because they are broken.
Oh, wow.
And when will Valve fix them? You can send them past the creep waves to harass, and they don't grab any aggro, and it's very, very annoying in that laning situation. So 3 trees better than 2. Generally get another point in it. And actually the same skill build as jungling and picking up Sprout at level 4.
Yep. Which is nice because it means that if the lane becomes difficult, if the supports rotate, you can just jungle. Anti-Mage gets himself Fairy to Salve, I believe, so he's going to come back into this lane, has 2 points up in his mana break, which means that he's going to want to try to get some trades going with the Prophet. He takes another tower hit, though. That's
yeah,
not helpful at
managing
all.
The tower hits great. I think that's what got him so low in the first place, and I'm not really sure
Yeah.
what happened there, but I guess we'll let it go. In the bot lane, some Fishers were thrown out, still trying to harass. I think a Soul Assumption was let fly as well, but here comes the initiation from Ice, of all heroes, throwing out the dagger, running through Fisher, actually. New carry pickup versus the ES as Fiery TP's down. He's level 5. Throws off the Sprout onto Rule. Tries to get through. I think they're going to have the damage for it. One more attack. The dagger as well. That's a double kill for Ice on Spectre. Hero that doesn't normally get rolling in the early game. And with that double kill and some levels,
Radiant's
could be really good
bottom
for
tower
Ice right
being
now. Spectre can
subjected to
be...
extreme
A lot of people think
violence.
she's very boring, but I think she could be really fun, actually.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting hero. It depends on what build you go in terms of items, I guess, that can make her boring or fun. But What I was thinking is maybe there is some misplaying going on with the anti-mage. If he's taking tower hits, it's worth it to use a blink to just disjoint the tower attacks and then like negate a lot of damage there. I feel like it's just needless damage.
It doesn't really need to hold on to that mana for a whole lot, actually.
He's picking up in CS now though, because Nature's Prophet had to rotate and actually didn't go back into lane, which is quite surprising to me, even though he has a TP, because he was doing so well in lane. And since Anti-Mage has no consumables, basically any harassment he does is kind of it stays, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. But we see Fiery here at 1,600 gold, so very close to a minus. Will buy a TP and does go back top. Maybe could have done that a little bit sooner just to continue to shut down Anti-Mage. He was actually doing quite well in that lane. But considering Anti-Mage still farming pretty well, I believe some of that was under his tower. 27 last hits. Yep. Leading though right now is Jester in the mid lane here at 31. And he did go Quas Wex.
Yep. And it's working pretty well. He's leading in CS, so you know it's working.
I don't really understand how he is.
The early phase definitely helps, as well as the harassment with Cold Snap. But yeah, I feel like Puck should be doing a lot more.
Yeah, did he start
in terms
phase
of farming?
Regen, or I didn't actually look.
No. He started like Circlet and a couple of tangos and a tango salve and a couple of branches.
Alright, well, getting it done there, Quas Wex going to be nice. Here comes the Dream Coil, though. Rotation from Mike Lau on the Puck. Fire trying to TP out. The Waning Rift to cancel. He breaks the latch. Oh, maybe it took a little more damage there. If he didn't break the Dream Coil, I don't think he would have died there. And the Mana Void used by Hypno Toting. So they use 2 ults, but they pick up a kill. First one of the game for their team. That's Army Ants United with 1 kill. We can see Rare Candies, though. Spectre with the double kill, and who got the second, or the third one? It looks like it was Pillow Pants on the Rubik for their 3rd kill.
Yep. Something important I wanted to mention before I forget is that Nature's Prophet should have had his Midas recipe on him when he TP'd to lane, because you can pick up your Gloves of Haste from the side shop there to get your Midas in effect that much earlier. But when he TP'd, he left it in his stash. Just something to pick up on if they watch the VOD later.
Yeah, just a little bit more efficiency. Dota 2 happens to be a game of efficiency.
Yep, that's an aggressive TP. Wow, Prophet kind of trying to man mode there. He does it this time around, so it must have been like an accident, I guess, while he was TPing. And he's going to pick up the Midas right away. So that's good play by Fiery. Meanwhile, bottom lane, though.
Yeah, action coming out. Impales as well as the Fade Bolts, they fly. Looks like everything from Windrunner just about used. They will take down 74. They try to throw one more attack. 1 point in Dispersion is about all you need to get a lot tankier there and reflect some damage. Orbs coming in, though, from Mike. Gonna find him. Waning Rifts up Ice, picks him off there in the trees, making the kills for 2. And the exchange in the bot lane goes 1 for 1. But with Puck rotating around the map right now, they're putting a lot more investment down here than the Radiant is, and they're still ahead, which leaves this Quas Wex Invoker to get levels in the mid lane up to level 8 now. And with a Cold Snap and Tornado at the levels they are with Wex and Quas, can probably just kill Rule right now, actually, even with the creeps there.
Yeah, it would be pretty interesting for sure. This is a tricky game right now. I feel like since Dire has the Anti-Mage, they can maybe try to take it late, but he's not farming that well. And his team in general isn't farming that well, at least compared to the 3 cores of the Radiant. We'll see what happens, though, in this game. I want to see how aggressive Fiery is going to play. Now that he has his Midas, he can start kind of escalating his farm, but he can also be a lot more aggressive because he has his ulti up.
Yeah, and speaking of the ulti, Spectre's online as well. Spectre's sitting now at level 6, almost level 7. We see Fiery, the Nature's Prophet, here at level 8. And the Quas Wex Invoker roaming down to the bottom lane, but looks like the wards maybe will spot him out, or just the Mia call from Rule. Everyone playing very cautious. Mike Lau, the mid Puck lane, sitting down here, doing nothing, getting no XPs, level 8. Looks like they're really investing heavily in this Earthshaker, trying to get him Blink and some Mana Boots.
Yeah, kind of surprising, but he doesn't have... Okay, he's just going to die here, I think.
Yeah,
the
Prophet
ulti
damage
comes...
is enough. Yeah, he can just get out of there. Jester with a kill in the mid lane will go 1-0. 48 and 11 here at 10 minutes, so farming very nicely by
Yeah, he's pretty big.
professional standards.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Actually, in terms of net worth, Anti-Mage is really close to him, which is pretty surprising, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's not doing terrible, 46 and 7. Although some of those may be tree ants, they don't give as much gold. Kind of surprised that he is really neck and neck, even overtaking right now. How is that even possible? More CS and
It's because of the assist gold. The assist gold when a 2-person gank happens is around the same as the kill. So he gets around equal gold than the Invoker did for that solo kill. But and they have similar farm, so they pretty much have similar net worth there.
Yeah, they do.
Invoker
Shackle
will have
off
a
in the
higher
bot
level.
lane with Ice. Mike Lau jumps in with the Orb, the Waning Rift, the Coil as well onto 2. Somehow didn't get rare in that one. Pillow Pants goes. That's 2 kills for Alan Pleasure on the Windrunner. Here comes the ultimate and the dagger onto Mike. Can they get him? Fiery as well down here. Will get an assist off of that one. And Earthshaker even TPs as well. So 6-4. I believe that one goes 2-2. No, they actually just pick off the puck. So a nice trade there.
Yep, that was a
And
really
buyback
nice.
actually by Ice.
Yeah, exactly. So really favorable exchange there for the Dire. They pick off 2, they force the buyback. Even though one of them dies to the Spectre, it's totally worth it. It's slowing down his item progression.
And now the push maybe coming in top lane. Hypno toting still. Farming pretty decently right now, on par for maybe like a 14-minute Battle Fury, as he does have treads. So we're not going to be the fastest, but if he could get it at that time, we'll be able to definitely just sit in the jungle, farm, and take this late. Even against a Spectre right now, we'll see if the Invoker in the bot lane, though, throws out the Tornado, taking a lot of damage, will go down. That's his first death. Takes it against his mid counterpart there. Puck able to burst him down there. Diving
Nice
past
Fisher.
the tier 1, maybe a little too aggressive.
Yep, he tried to be aggressive, got shackled, then fissured off of the shackle shot, and then just the puck combo. So, nice play. Good pick off. Not only that, but they did a lot of damage to the top tower as well. So that was a nice trade for AA.
Yeah, and they're getting themselves back into the game now. Not that they were ever too far out. If we check the gold graph, it's only sitting at about 2,000, leveling off there in the gold advantage. And XP, right about back down to equilibrium, was maybe at like 1,600 advantage for Rare Candy, but about all squared up now. The Courier is pretty cool, by the way, for the Dire.
Oh yeah, it's pretty sweet. I wish it had the name instead of just saying Courier.
The name
like,
is,
what is that?
If you highlight the, where, I don't know what would be there, your Q, I guess, or your stat gain, it tells you the name of the Courier.
Oh, I see, okay. Kupu.
Which is nice.
Mythical Kupu, okay, thanks.
I think that's a rename. Isn't that supposed to be Cluckles the Brave? Oh, yeah.
For which? Oh, for the
Oh,
Radiant.
wait, the bug is Cuckoo. Kupu.
Yeah.
Okay. 74, the Lush Track professional there. Hypnototing, though, in an awkward situation. Rare had scouted him out. He's level 6. Looked like he got the Vendetta Strike onto him, but not able to clean it up. The Blinks, just a little too much to deal with, to chase down. Able to get to safety, though, is Hypnototing. However, it does slow down his farm, but still sitting top in the net worth at the moment.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yep. Focus Fire being used by the Windrunner on the bottom tower, doing a lot of damage to it. But she's gonna have to run away now. Some split push attempts are going on, I guess, while mid is being taken by Invoker. Puck trying to draw the creep aggro as well, so that's good. He actually is gonna be ganked. He should be fine. Yeah, nice play.
Yeah, throws the orb first before any disruptions there came in from Jester. Maybe could have thrown a tornado there to keep Puck around, but either way, looks like they will clean up the tower in the mid lane. It goes down. TP coming in. This looks to be a Windrunner. Yeah, Allen coming in there. Sometimes I think they need to make the colors a little more vivid on some of those browns, greens, and oranges.
Yep. Anti-Mage might get ganked here. Nope, doesn't look like it. But I feel like the support rotation has been very non-existent in this game. They have TPs, they're just not using them for the pushes coming in. Like, if you look at top, no one's TPing. There's 4 Radiant heroes, but the supports are just staying bottom. And Anti-Mage is going to get really low and run for his life. And they're actually going to try to go for him.
The tornado just misses from Jester. They ult up, though. Sprouting as well for the vision. Anti-Mage goes down. Tries to get the attack
No support
in there,
rotation. That's a big issue.
The Desolate at level 4 does apply to the Haunt, so doing an extra 65 damage there. Takes Anti-Mage down, and that's a core, killing a core there on the side of Rare Candy. Ice 5 and 2 in this game, and coming along nicely with his items.
Strange to say,
Top lane though, the tower goes down. That's every tier 1 except for the bot still alive.
Tower has fallen.
Yep. I don't know. I don't know why the supports didn't rotate. That's a big issue that needed to that needed to happen, and it just didn't, which is quite unfortunate for the Anti-Mage at the very least. But bottom lane,
again, TPing in, picks off the Visage. And now Puck comes in, and maybe going to be in over his head as Pillow Pants there nicely with the telekinesis and the lift. Earthshaker to fall as well. Looks like super from Rare Candy. Scouts him out on the Nyx Assassin, takes him down quite easily. And just as they were getting back in the game, they lose 3 in the bottom lane, and now the bot tier 1 falls. All tier 1s down for Army and United.
Has fallen.
Yep, and none down for the Radiant, basically. Could be, you know, the beginnings of a snowball for Rare Candy. As you can see, the gold graph just kind of, and XP just skyrocketing.
Boom. Math.
Dire's bottom tower
Math.
is under
Exponential
attack.
there. And Battle Fury still not online right now for the Anti-Mage at around the 15-minute mark. Cold Snap will land on Allen. The lift as well. Nice Fisher there by Rule. Pillow Pants shackled up on
Wow.
the tree. Is going to go down. And even an Echo Slam thrown out there by Rule. Doesn't do a whole lot. Fiery throws the Sprout, looking to try to get out of here. And
Nice.
not much the Dire can do to stop it. Pretty low on mana. No Dream Coil.
Yep. Familiar is now in effect for the Visage, so he's going to be happy with that. Couple of TPs coming in favor of the Radiant to defend their towers. They really want to, just notice the TP rotation. As soon as split push attempts to happen, they have people on the ball, even if it's two of their cores TPing. As long as it just halts the push that might come from Anti-Mage or other heroes, it's worth it for them.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to start losing towers early against an anti-mage. It definitely opens up the map for him to farm. If you lose your tier 1s, then you can't really TP to gank him or TP to assist if he's killing your teammates or anything like that, as he may be starting to get pretty strong here, almost narrowing in on 100 CS as we see him at 81, and he's still pretty far off from Battle Fury.
Yeah, very far off, because he did opt to go treads as well. But he's been kind of having to sit back a bit while the other team kind of puts pressure on him because of not that many rotations.
Fire.
Looks like in the mid
Another one.
lane. Yep. The kill secured by means of his ultimate.
Radiant's
Well, let's
bottom
see. Let's check
tower
out Fiery's
is under
KDA.
attack.
2, 1, and 5 right now, so getting pretty involved. Has a Midas and a Shadowblade, which he buys up the Amulet now. So that's all finished up. Can really get his split push going. And we said you don't want to lose towers against an anti-mage. You absolutely do not want to lose towers against a Nature's Prophet either. Again, being very aggressive. The ultimate goes out as well from Ice. They're going to pick off 1, maybe going to pick off 2. They will indeed. Mike Lau, even with the Spike Carapace, nice play there by Super, but they don't opt to go in. Diving the tier 3 is maybe a little too crazy at this point in the game. Only at 17 minutes. 40 seconds, but they maybe get a tier 2 out of this.
Yep. Super should be earning blue, but looks like blue decided, Spectre decided to run away there from his support, trying to earn him. Anti-Mage once again trying to split push. Once again, the TP rotation comes and, stops it dead in its tracks.
The tower's getting low though, top at about 250 HP, mid, very healthy actually, and bottom 254 HP as well, so they are whittling them down, but definitely not able to get them yet. Pillow Pants here just going to pull a creep wave mid to let 2 waves as well as some tree ants and a siege here hit the top tier 2 tower, which is pretty nice. That's going to do a lot of damage to it. Pillow Pants though might pay for his life. Oh, the Force Staff from the teammate breaks the coil. Basically just killed his teammate there, but Rubik likely dying anyway.
Yeah, questionable play from Rubik. He was definitely dead there.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Just
With
I
the
don't know
top
why he
tower,
decided
though,
to drag
it's
the
like
wave.
3/4 damage from that, pulling that wave. Maybe not worth it though, because a kill
No.
will allow the other team to get back into the game. It's a lot of gold.
They could have had just one person up top as well draw the creep aggro if they were on the ball a little bit more there. For the Dire, I should say, while Puck chased.
Yeah. Probably feeling a
Uh-oh.
little pressured right now, trying to get some kills. You're saying uh-oh. I'm guessing because it's Super
Windrunner.
behind Windrunner. Allen in trouble yet again. Will go down to the mana burn. Meanwhile, mid lane, Fisher goes off onto Jester, but looks like his Tornado used. Gonna save it, as well as an EMP doing a lot. Look at Visage, mana-dependent hero now with
Yep.
no mana.
He doesn't even have boots, actually. I didn't notice that. He's kind of dying a lot this game, unfortunately. A very different game than his first game, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was the hero Leshrac for the team in the last game. This time having a tough time, as his familiars both get sniped off an easy 200 gold. It looks like, I think Jester got 1, maybe Fiery picked up the first one, but either way, 200 gold is always nice regardless of who it goes to. As they 4-man here in the mid lane looking to push Spectre, of course, Haunt online, and able to TP into the team fight when needed.
Yep, and this lets him go top, kind of deal with the AM. Although he's taking a decent amount of damage, but AM just, trying to just lessen his mana so that he may not have enough to fight.
He's actually really not in fighting shape. I think Hypnotoading maybe could have went for a kill there. Maybe 2 more attacks as well as the mana break. Got him, but the TPs, as we've pointed out, have been pretty on the ball for a rare candy this game, so maybe a little apprehensive that supports may come in. And doesn't want to take another death. He has managed to die only 1 time this game. And leading, no, not even close on net worth. Leading the CS net worth, he's fallen back to 4th. 3 of the core heroes right now for rare candy in the lead.
He has his Battle Fury up now, which is going to be super important. He should buy a TP as well. We'll see if he does. Yes, he does. So nice play there by Anti-Mage, getting his Battle Fury online around 20 minutes into the game. And once he has his Battle Fury as well as the Quelling Blade, which he does have, it's really going to let him kind of escalate his farming pace.
Yeah, one of the fastest farmers in the game, and actually a hero that does have a pretty good win rate against Alchemist, just with the Battle Fury, and even without Greevil's Greed. If you get a pretty fast Battle Fury, you can even farm that. But he is definitely weak now, and here comes in Super, only 900 HP. Can the stun? He doesn't blink in time, maybe a little lethargic fingers there. Can they get a leap? The Fissure stolen from Rubik. Pillow Pants gonna secure that. And Anti-Mage thinking, hey, maybe I don't have to blink here, but he really has no reason to save mana now. He's got a Perseverance inside that Battle Fury. He can regen the mana.
Something else important is that his treads should almost always be on strength right now, in my opinion. Oh wow, middle lane actually. Jester might be caught.
He could be, but here comes in the support. Puck is actually doing a lot of damage to him. He will Ghost Walk just in time. No mana on Mike Lau to follow up on that. Ice, meanwhile, shackled. Puck actually will find Jester, but here comes Fiery, everyone else, and actually Ice onto a mega kill right now. He's 8-2 and 4 at the moment. Second at net worth at 7,700 as Visage TP's out, and Fiery not really just sitting back and free farming this game. Kills 4-1 and 8. Almost has that Orchid and sitting in the top of the net worth at 10,000 gold.
Not too sure why Puck's treads were on Agi when he died there. That's a little bit of a misplay as well. I guess Dire Team likes Agi treads.
Apparently. That attack speed and armor.
Yeah, that almost 1 armor. Is it 1 armor actually?
Probably not.
Yeah, it's a bit more than 1.
Yeah, it's not the best. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting choices here. Maybe Panic tread switches could be the
Probably the case, yeah.
Looks like Ice is going for Radiance.
I like it because he's so farmed. He's going to have it online probably at around 25 minutes into the game. Nice pressure here by the Nature's Prophet. It's actually going to be fortified. He should just Shadow Blade away.
Should have just
he shouldn't try to go for
instead
this.
of fortifying it.
But
it looks like there could be a fight on the backside of this as Super walks up, gets shackled there by Allen. Power shot as well. They're going to take him down there, so nice pick off. Hopefully, yeah, they get him there. As Jester, throwing out the Tornadoes and the EMPs, will be able to get out of that one. But Puck picking up another kill. Let's see what Rubik stole. It's going to be Fissure once again, so using a big spell of the Dire against them, especially killing AM with it just a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, that was a really nice play. AM actually has wards on him. Oh, they're Earthshakers. Okay, interesting. I guess it's easy for AM to place because he can just blink around and safely place observers.
Won't really slow him
so
down
that's kind of smart. Here comes the Fissure by the Rubik. They're actually going to try to go onto the Visage. Will he take enough? Yeah, he will. So
it's really awkward. They block like the whole lane. No one can get away. No one can chase. They're just kind of sitting there as the familiar drops. Jester going to pick that one up. And nice, Fissure onto 2. They can maybe turn this around. I think they might be able to get him. No spells right now for Invoker. He's got a couple available, but Invoke even on cooldown after that fight as only level 13. But here comes Ice. TP's in, looking to clean up. Actually will get Dream Coiled, but not before killing Mike Lau on the Puck. Goes down.
Taking a couple extra tower hits though, and because he doesn't have like a Vanguard or like extra health regen, I guess, it's going to hurt him a little bit. And he in fact decides, you know what, we don't want to press our advantage here. Let's just sit back and farm. We might have the better late game here. And they definitely do, especially considering how far back AM is right now.
Yeah, sitting at 4th still in the net worth right now. Still leading the CS, but again, with so many towers down, almost every single outer tower, only the tier 2 standing in the mid lane at the moment. 18-9 on the kills for Rare Candy, so checking out the graphs, 15k XP, over 10k, or sorry, 15k gold, over 10k XP. They're very far ahead, and maybe with that Radiance and a Roche.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really surprised no one's Roached yet. It's really easy with Furion. I mean, Dire can't really do it unless they have a Medallion on Visage and high levels in his queue, which it does look like he has, and it does look like he is going for, but they're too far behind to try to get Roche in.
Yeah,
I'm surprised Radiant hasn't, though.
It would be really hard for them. Maybe get another pick off or just continue to push, or really just take it without getting a pick off. Can probably win the ensuing team fight. Really only have to watch out for the Echo Slam Fissure here from Rule, but with just boots, no Blink Dagger, and Hypnotoading goes down again. Super picks him up there.
Huge pick off. That's scary. When a support can just like... Yeah, it did have the Prophet ulti to help, but I mean, when a support can do that and put that much pressure on your main carry, your 4 protect 1 carry, then it gets pretty scary.
Scary indeed. Anti-Mage. Now, he was only with 1 death. Let's see where he's sitting at now. 3 deaths
at
after
3 now.
that. So now he's taking 3. Looking to get that Yasha online, but with the lack of damage and how fragile he is, support's able to kill him as mentioned. Can't really get the split push rolling. Meanwhile, we see Nature's Prophet, Fiery with an Orchid as well as the Shadow Blade. So able to do that for sure. And another 2,300 gold. And of course, Ice with a Radiance, Phase, Drums, able to just obliterate waves. And then of course, very quickly farm the jungle.
Yep. You know, I feel like this advantage can definitely be taken more advantage of, I guess, so to speak, by the Radiant. I mean, they're not being efficient right now. They're getting the kills. They're not really pressuring the base, though. I think they might be giving a little bit too much respect to the defensive composition of the Dire. Maybe they're just waiting on one more pickoff and then going for base then. But I feel like this game could have been ended a couple minutes earlier.
Yeah, probably. They are very far ahead, as the graphs indicate right now. But now trying to inch out of the base could be an opportunity for some more pickoffs here. Rare is quite low, but has Vendetta online. Jester's going to scout him out.
Oh.
Dream Coil will drop just on Jester. Looks like the Vendetta was popped by Super, and with the mana drain, here comes the backup here from ISO. TP's in, takes out 74 immediately. Anti-Mage drops as well to the Nyx Assassin, and looks like Mike Lau in trouble as well. Can't blink, doesn't even have one. Yeah, does have it, but with the Radiance makes it very hard, and now Pillow Pants with an illusory orb of his own. And now, with 2 of those kills, buyback from Puck. No Dream Coil, though. This could very well just be the game.
That's definitely the fight they were looking for. So nice patience, I guess, from Rare Candy here.
From Zhao.
And they're going to look to do pressure. Yeah.
They lose the creep wave, but backdoor protection is turned off. Spectre, very tanky with 4 points in dispersion, just going to go for it. Jester trying out the new ults. EMP is doing a lot of work this game, actually.
It's super effective.
Yeah, it is super effective. Too bad Team Magikarp isn't playing right now.
Well, it's Rare Candy. It's the next best thing.
Right. What am I even thinking here? I said your Pokemon were weak if you only used Rare Candies.
It's true. Fair enough.
Didn't
But
get the best stat gain.
yeah, this team is not weak and has a lot of stat gain, as you can see in the XP graph, over 20,000 in their favor. But they do take the first racks of the game, looking pretty healthy in their snowball here, and looks like Furion might try to fight this AM. This could be an easy pickoff with the Orchid.
Yeah, with the Orchid, I think he's got it no problem. Throws it out. Hypnotoading can't do much. Gonna Sprout as well. Couple more attacks. Will just TP, though. Good sense there by Hypnotoad, but the Orchid...
Nice. Barely.
Oh, yeah, it
Good
actually
TP.
did pop right before TP. Nice sense there from Hypno to TP out, so well played. However, he's died 4 times. They're very far behind, and that play, although nice, definitely too little
I think
too
his... Yeah, his safer option would have been to just use his Quelling Blade on the Sprout and then just keep running and then blink away. Because that blink was kind of... that TP, I should say, is kind of
close.
risky. Yeah. If Spectre had ulti, he was dead. If Invoker Sunstriked, he was dead.
Invoker? Where was that Sunstrike, actually? I don't think you had used it.
feel like a broken record.
And now Spectre's ult coming off a cooldown. And of course, even with the Wrath of Nature, actually would have taken him out. Maybe. Let's see, it does do 275 damage.
Yes, it would have.
225,
Yeah.
that probably would have got it.
Yep.
Mike Lau, meanwhile, in the mid lane, throws out the coil onto 2. Jester actually dying quite a few times this game. Only 3 and 2. Takes his third there. 3, 3, and 8. Mana Void used on that one. Not doing a whole lot of damage, but it cleans them up. Rule with a nice Echo Slam, but again, not getting a lot done. It was pretty much just on Spectre. 3 heroes down, make it 4, make it 5. Dagon up on Nyx, an item that he definitely loves. And Hypnotoading the captain for Army Ants United. Gonna call the GG.
Yeah, nice game. And that's the 2-0.
It is 2-0 for Rare Candy, so continuing with the trend, every game that I have cast of the CEVO placement matches has been 2-0, so I guess we should just expect that from now on. But either way, if you're watching in-game or watching on stream, I am Helium. With me was Orbit. Make sure to follow twitch.tv/FMBPDota. We'll be bringing you some NEL casts later, /NEL drinking games, so make sure to stop by. It'll be a lot of fun, and shout out to CEVO, and hopefully Season 3 goes great.